What's up, guys? It's UMB Universe, and this is probably going to be the last death battle I'm ever going to be able to react to, at least for some time now. I could go into the reasons why, but let's just get to that as soon as I'm done with the reaction itself. But before I get started, I need to talk about the combatants and see who I believe will win, so, I have my expectations already on my sleeve. And after the last death battle, I got some information and found out some information due to watching some of the cast of death battle that the feat of the Falcon punch in the anime that Captain Falcon did was more of a misconception of what happened than an actual high ball or low ball of his abilities. So with that being said, it's basically just a normal Falcon punch that just happened to have an added flair to it thanks to the reactor or whatever it is that was going off at the time. So no, he's not part galaxy level as that out of context scene can make it seem. So there's that. But I still believe Captain Falcon can win, mainly because one, he is still bastardly strong. Like, I've heard some things that he can run alongside his F-Zero car thing, and those things can reach high speeds, and I don't think Johnny can counter that. That's if that's true. I've also heard that he can just summon it whatever he wants, that is linked to him, so wherever he is, he can just summon his car. And again, I don't think Johnny can counter that. And also, revolving around Johnny, I do not, I remember me playing a lot of the Mortal Kombat games, but the story to it is both in my mind and not in my mind. I know Johnny has this ability, the green thing that comes around him, and that's like his main power and stuff like that. And apparently, it's strong enough to tank a hit from one of the gods of their verse in I think it was Mortal Kombat X, I believe. So in the end, he has that major level ability. But then I got through watching all the cutscenes of the latest Mortal Kombat game, and young Johnny can get shot by a bullet and almost can pretty much just die if it hit him directly. That could either be attributed to the fact that was young Johnny, so he's less experienced, and so that less experience means less experience with his powers and abilities of how it can shield, or it's kind of like a Lex Luthor versus Tony Stark scenario, where Lex Luthor has an incredible machinery that's good enough to take on Superman, but since it's specifically tailored to take down Superman, it's not necessarily good against other people who aren't the necessary people that your thing can counter, you know what I mean? So We'll see what happens, but all in all, I believe Captain Falcon has this one, and I'm trying to make this reaction like good, mainly because again, this might be the last one I do for quite some time. 3, 2, 1 now.
Today we've got data on basically everything we want to learn about, and with 23andMe, this includes your own DNA. With over 125 genetic...
When it comes to the DNA websites, I think I pretty much mention this almost every time they bring this thing up.
Because you're accidentally sleeping. Guess what?
I really don't...
No kidding. I've tried it myself, and it's really easy to mail in.
Okay, I just know I am part a lot of things apparently in my background. My ancestors got around, as they say, all throughout the planet.
The number 2, 3andme.com/deathbattle. Again, that's 23andme.com/deathbattle.
Man, sponsorships.
Whether it be to save the world or to benefit themselves,
one of these days, guys, you're gonna have to put them in. One of these days.
When they're also a kick-ass celebrity, all that matters is they bring the hype.
Booster Gold.
The stuntman turned legendary hero of Mortal Kombat.
He is the special effects.
Falcon, the racer turned bounty hunter on the track of F-Zero.
Show me your moves.
Boomstick.
And it's our job to analyze their weapons, armor, and skills to find out who would win a death battle.
I saw the preview and I was like, yeah, this is gonna be fun.
It's a deadly tournament dictated by the Elder Gods to decide the fate of entire worlds. Its contestants only include the best of the best. Whether you're a four-armed beast intent on conquest, a ninja assassin seeking vengeance,
or a washed-up Hollywood movie star looking for your next big break.
Johnny Cage was a global phenomenon known for his over-the-top and dumbest...
The one thing about Johnny Cage that I can say about his character is that he's definitely one of the most interesting characters that's actually in Mortal Kombat. When you tell me Who do you think is gonna fight in a tournament that goes around life or death victories with four-armed individuals and gods and demons and stuff like that? And the last thing you would come up with is, I don't know, a movie star?
So to prove himself, Johnny naturally decided the best idea would be to join the deadliest martial arts tournament ever. What better way to stick it to him and show him you're the real deal than to save the Earth from?
I will say though, out of all the characters in Mortal Kombat, you can declare he is one of the thankfully consistent characters that goes through an arc.
My moves are all wire work and special effects.
I am the special.
Effects.
That's the only line I remember from that game. Because I'm like, that is the dumbest yet coolest thing I've heard anyone say in my entire life.
He's got nunchucks, brass knuckles, and his wicked cool Bowie knife.
So when it came time to save the world, Cage could certainly hold his own against the greatest martial artists in the universe.
Good thing, too. The lightning god Raiden really needed some help, because the Outworld warlord Shao Kahn was just
Lightning God Raiden is an underwhelming title, especially when you see what happens in the latest game.
I live here. It's not that great.
Against the forces of evil, Cage discovered he was more adept at this sort of thing than even he expected. He possesses a mystical power passed down through generations.
Alright, let's see how this works.
Mediterranean war cult, which bred and trained combatants to fight among the gods.
Sure. That's not random at all.
This power manifests not just as a shield against divine forces, but also as a mythical energy Cage can weaponize.
Okay.
He can fire Shadow Bolt energy balls, punch you to pieces
Plastic
with a
Bolt,
Shadow
Shadow
uppercut,
Kick, Shadow
or a
Uppercut,
Guile
Eclipse
impression with
Kick,
the Eclipse Kick,
Nutbreaker,
and knock the
that's gonna be
shit
fun.
out of you with his
Fatalities,
patented Shadow Kick.
But
Red
even
Shadow
with these
mode.
powers, Cage is still a mortal man. Whenever he found himself in trouble, he needed a go-to technique to get out of it.
The Nutcracker.
He came up with the absolute perfect move. It's the Nutcracker, the Berry Buster, the Infertilizer, the Beanbag Barrage, not that kind of blow, and my personal favorite, the Help Doctor, I think they're in my ribcage special.
That's horrifically disturbing.
Yes.
It's inspiring, that's what. He's strong enough to rip your whole body apart and send your Johnson flying off to another country. Fatality! Oh, God,
Wow, really?
what the hell?
This isn't my first rodeo. Despite Cage's crude and downright juvenile behavior,
I have no clue how to take
he's
that.
worthy enough to be a champion of Earthrealm.
The dude's strong enough to chop through a human head, a chunk of titanium, and even diamond.
Applying the density of diamond, crushing some of this size would require nearly 50 million joules of energy.
That's
Neato.
like getting hit by 26 monster trucks at the same time.
Cage
Oh, that
is
sounds
quick enough
pleasant.
to dodge point-blank automatic gunfire and tough enough to power through Sub-Zero's Ice Blast, which stops or even kills most people instantly.
He's breaking those jumps apart like they're made of glass. Johnny even beat the shins off Shinnok, who's a freaking
Yeah.
god.
Thanks
Yeah,
to his
Shinnok-
ancestral powers, which
When it comes to the gods in this verse, it's one of those things like, what is a god?
Shinnok's full power is a bit tricky to lock down, but he's pretty similar to Raiden.
Despite
who
Shinnok
fired
being
a
the
blast
elder
that
god, his fallen
obliterates
status
this huge temple along
restricts his
with
power to a
enemies.
level similar to
So it's
Raiden, so
definitely a
destroy Shinnok.
desperate
Yeah, there you
max
go.
power move.
As Buddhist temples typically avoid
When I hear God, I think ethereal beings that can snap their fingers and everything's just gone. Those gods, they have limitations, especially when it comes down to Raiden.
Blast must equal nearly 270 tons of TNT, more than
Neato.
enough to level an entire city block.
Damn! Who cares if
When you say city and then you're like, block, oh.
Well, he wouldn't be a pain forever. Cage eventually found happiness with a family, including a daughter just as skilled as he is. He even earned new success in his film career with a series based on his adventures.
But he never got tired of defending Earthrealm from the forces of ugly. God bless that beautiful man.
Oh my god.
Those were $500 sunglasses, asshole.
I did watch the Cast of Death Battle, and one of the things is that Garo can apparently tank a thing that can bust a continent or something, and the fact that he was able to hurt his nuts with that.
An intense mix of high-speed racing with anti-gravity techno-whatsis. This is F-Zero. So much
A game that's never gonna get another game in its franchise, because for some reason when it comes to Nintendo, when they believe something is dead, they'll never try to resurrect it, unless they really want to.
On the F-Zero Grand Prix,
I'd give it another 5 years.
Can end your life.
Yeah, what's your problem? The ones that survive are the best of the best, including the champ himself, Captain Falcon.
It's like It's like you would think, since Captain Falcon's in Smash, and he's very popular for being in Smash, they would make another F-Zero game since they clearly like the character, but no.
Batman.
Sort of.
I remember remaining Captain Falcon for like
Falcon is actually an accomplished
at least
bounty
2
hunter,
years.
dedicated to a mission of saving the universe from the vile forces of Black Shadow.
Is that like a heavy metal band or something?
No.
Should be.
Well, then dibs.
Black Shadow is a cold-blooded king of crime, determined to bend the universe to his will.
He's also got horrible taste and style. And you think that thing gets caught on door frames?
Truly the most evil of evils.
Turn sideways, man, turn sideways.
He's a goddamn badass. He's super tough and super skilled in martial arts. Best of all, he's got a bunch of fiery super moves. The Speedy Falcon Kick, the Unpredictable Raptor Boost, and Falcon Dive, where he humps people so hard they explode.
I did hear they make a joke about
Calling
that.
it like I see it, Will.
Anyway, as impressive as these techniques
Falcon
are,
Punch,
they
Monty Punch.
pale in comparison to his greatest
Falcon
and most
Punch.
famous.
The meme turned legend.
He literally punches people so hard they explode in bird-shaped fire, which is awesome, but how?
Well, as evident from his other techniques, he's not moving so fast he's igniting the air or anything like that.
Even though he is
Rather,
one of the
Falcon
considered a
seems to
speed-based
possess
character.
Some limited form of pyrokinesis. And while the reason for this has never been specifically explained, the answer may lie within his sleek F-Zero machine.
And they mentioned this in the cast. It's like
This
it.
baby uses magnetic and
Is that it's supposed to work?
tech
So,
to rocket
Sans
over
boost.
1,500 kilometers per hour. That's
Alright, yeah.
35 times faster than the Bugatti Chiron Sport, the fastest car in
Start
the
with an
world.
engine whose
But
fire
when he wants
techniques
to
power
push the Blue
increases among-
Falcon even further, he taps into
Nice
its hidden
Falcon.
reactor might.
Now you might be asking, what's a reactor might? Oh, you know, nothing much. Just a magic piece of the Big Bang that birthed all of existence.
Oh, you know that.
Other uses for a fragment of creation than powering a race car.
No,
Well,
don't, Wiz.
entertainment
Everyone
comes in many
can do.
forms.
With the power of the reactor might, the Blue Falcon can go Beyblade with a move called Boost Fire. Check it out. The Blue Falcon becomes a deadly energy buzzsaw.
Like
spinning
straight up
so
a Beyblade.
fast It increases speed and can even fly.
Of course.
Might is bonded with its owner and can even be called upon from a great distance away. Therefore, Falcon can summon his vehicle to his side at any moment.
Reactor
Yeah,
might bottle up a ton of raw power. Put a few together
Oh.
and you can rip holes through dimensions.
What?
By itself went haywire and blew up this space station in one blast.
Based on the space station's size and the ensuing blast radius, this explosion must have held a yield of over 6 megatons of TNT.
What?
Sometimes reactor mites also grant their owners a variety of superhuman powers, some even bordering on unexplainable magics.
I'm
While it's
sorry.
completely unconfirmed, perhaps the reactor mite under the Blue Falcon's hood is the source of the captain's curious pyrotechnics.
Who cares? He can punch a giant fire falcon of burning death, and that's all that matters.
yeah, that's
Right
straight
when
up
he
awesome.
finally beat Black Shadow once and for all. Did he just explode the galaxy?
Alright, time for him to
Hell yeah.
explain that.
Well, don't get the wrong idea. This blast of light actually originates from the exploding dark matter reactor, which has the power to rewind the Big Bang using all 6 reactor mites. It's a long story.
That's way
This
less epic.
Dark Matter had no
Still, even beating
after
up
matter
Black
produces
Shadow is
some
super
sort of power.
impressive. This guy could tank hits from a hulked-out super alien, no problem.
Falcon's quick enough to take out multiple enemy robots in the blink of an eye, a feat which would require moving faster than sound. He
Jesus.
can spot a sniper from several miles away and even
Ah!
survive an exploding rocket. His exact clone took multiple blows from specialized military personnel with no effect whatsoever.
And as a bonus, Falcon carries dynamite powerful enough to blow up this giant weather machine. That's like 100 sticks of dynamite in one. Where do I get me some of that? And whoa,
Okay.
wait a minute, that guy survived?
While Captain
Apparently.
Falcon did accomplish his mission and rid the universe of Black Shadow's tyranny, it took more than one man to do it.
Oh, great. Here comes the power of teamwork bullshit.
Yay,
No,
power
no,
of
I mean,
teamwork.
Falcon is literally more than one man.
What?
Go on.
Yes,
The
go,
name
please.
Captain Falcon is actually a title passed through generations. To date, at least 3 people have claimed the moniker: Douglas J., Andy Summers, and Ryu Suzuku.
Okay,
Each
so-
new inheritor is chosen by the current Falcon, who seeks a worthy hero who can surpass him in skill and ability. So technically, the latest to take the title, Ryu, should be capable of anything the others could do and more.
New life goal
guess.
unlocked.
That's one way of looking at it, I guess.
Putting in my 2 weeks notice.
While the
Whoa,
man behind
man.
the mask may fall, Captain Falcon will always ride on, defending the galaxy 1 raceway at a time.
All right, so tell me again how is Johnny supposed to win this?
All right, the combatants are set.
Like,
We've run the
in
data
certain
for
aspects, they're
possible.
pretty even, but in others, one drastically destroys another.
Captain Falcon with ExpressVPN.
I'm not sponsored, so
While
again,
researching-
here we go. All right, let's get this started. I've been pondering it over. It's like I'm straight up going for Captain Falcon on this.
Yeah? Okay. We're at the
Unless they're withholding something near the end for Johnny, I'm not seeing it.
there. That's who I'll be playing. Yeah, you're looking at the next Captain Falcon. It's gonna be.
Oh, I'm sorry. Are you worthy?
Did you say you're the next Falcon?
Yeah.
Only one who can surpass Falcon can become Falcon. Show me your moves.
Show me your move.
You wanna go? Let's dance.
All right, here we go. All right, that run was a tad shoddy, but hey, when it comes to sprites, you only work with what you got. When it comes to martial arts and you know fighting one-on-one, it's one of my favorite types. Oh man, right now Johnny is just getting destroyed. Knew it was gonna be like that. I saw that in a comment. He was gonna be a. Who does that?
You know what they say? All's fair in show business.
Okay, sure.
Says that.
No one does. There we go. Someone mentioned that. It's like the Falcon Punch is gonna get countered by the duck. It's going to, which sucks. Excellent use of that.
You sports types really take auditions seriously.
Call.
So cool.
Oh, he survived. I thought that's how he was gonna die, just skidding across the ground. Oh Christ. All right. Ooh.
Am I good enough for you now?
Here we go. Yeah, I if he would have dodged that or jumped over it, I'd be like, okay, I have some problems. Come on. Best way to end it. Yes!
Only one can be worthy. KO!
Well, there you go.
Yes!
That was actually that was actually legitimately fantastic in both the choreography and
Cage
the.
certainly held his own against Falcon, with superior martial arts ability and matching Mach speeds.
But Captain Falcon wasn't a pushover and had plenty of experience with tricky opponents. Most of all, he had way more power on his side.
Let's compare some of Johnny's best feats to Falcon's, specifically crushing Diamond and the Falcon Punch.
Yeah, when he hit that tough son of a bitch, Black Shadow.
By measuring the area of effect and comparing that space to the heights of Captain Falcon and Black Shadow, we found that the electricity covered an area of about 300 cubic meters. Accounting for empty space, the amount of electricity needed to fill this area must equal at least 151 billion joules of energy.
That's
All right,
the
cool.
same as dropping 12 elephants on old Hornhead here, and over 3,000 times stronger than Johnny's Diamond Smash.
Captain Falcon was tougher too. He survived a blast from a rocket launcher, but even more notably, he fared better against Black Shadow than Zoda did.
Scaled to Johnny
You know, that
even
hoped-out alien guy who survived the exploding weather machine when he wasn't all hokey?
So we can reasonably scale Falcon to Zoda, at least as far as those sorts of physical feats are concerned.
Look at that
All right, then.
explosion! Based on its size, it's worth around 100 tons of TNT.
And while Cage's War Cult powers let him survive
that
battling Shinnok, whose power rivals Raiden's 270 tons of TNT blast, recall that this ancestral
mountain.
defense seems
Equivalent to-
specifically
okay.
tailored to counter such divine forces. A bullet could still put
Really?
Cage down. It has. And he's even died to lesser blows in alternate timelines.
And anyway, Raiden's final explosion attack is nothing compared to the raw power of the reactor might under the Blue Falcon's hood.
Numbers aside, this was a
So who would have thought like a
Falcon's
intro
greater strength,
intro animation
toughness,
would actually help
and
with lore
arsenal tipped the
and helping
scales.
with this type of
In the
thing?
end, Johnny
Huh.
just couldn't finish the race.
The winner is Captain
You know, out of all the puns, this is actually not that bad. It's just
Hey, thanks for watching this
That was
episode.
actually pretty
If you
good.
want the battle music for yourself, you can get it by clicking the link down below.
I always judge your
Check out the
puns,
video right on the
Boomstick, even though people keep telling me to stop. I'm not going to do that. It's fun. Ah, Hang! Nice, finally! I dare to bring him in, and Edward! Oh. Okay. Man, it sucks that I'm not going to be able to watch Death Battle for some time now. But, yeah. Aang and Edward. Yeah, when it comes to this particular season, have unorthodox matchups. This is definitely one of the highlights of that exact statement. Jesus, man. Okay, again, I hate it when this happens because it's like I immediately want to talk about this, but I need to talk about the fight itself, then get into what we get next. And the fight itself, bar none, one of my favorites in forms of choreography and even animation in forms of things. Even though this is not a matchup I particularly would find to be something I would want, it definitely justifies its existence, which is how badass it was. And the main thing that just made it so that I can't see Johnny winning was the entire thing with, as soon as you tell me that Captain Falcon just call his stupid car, how does Johnny counter that? Like, the best he could do is try to punch into it before Captain Falcon can do anything more, because he is gonna get run over by the damn thing. But no, he's just not that. He's not strong enough to do it in time, and which led to his downfall and led to one of the best reasons to do the Falcon Punch I've seen in a while. So yeah, all in all, it was a great battle. It definitely showed showed what it needed to and hyped up what it needed to as well. And I'm happy. Now, I know a lot of Mortal Kombat characters have been in here for a bit, and I have no idea what the win-to-loss ratio in forms of their representation in the series are, but hey, if you guys remember a lot of the things, off the top of my head, I know Sonya fought someone. I know Raiden fought, Thor. I think Shao Kahn fought that Bison guy. Was it Shao Kahn who fought Bison? I know I'm probably missing a few. Oh yeah, Scorpion and Ryu. And off the top of my head, I can see most of those Mortal Kombat characters. I think the ones that I listed off, I think they won their respective battles. So the win to loss ratio, at least off the top of my head, is pretty big when it comes to Mortal Kombat. And of course, it's not a series to be like, oh wow, okay, now they finally got a loss in their belt. I mean, look at Ben 10 versus Hal / Green Lantern. If they really wanted to finally break a streak and finally just give him a character that can break a streak, they wouldn't have done that to Ben, now would they? No, they keep track of. I'm just doing it as a personal tally mark thing. Okay, representation of this series. This person lost this, and it's like that sort of thing. It's just supposed to be for good fun, not judging based on, okay, it's time for a Mortal Kombat character to lose. No, I don't go into like that unless it's like my own personal want to do because it's like, okay, how's this person supposed to win again? In the end, this was fun. Now, latest battle. Happy Avatar is getting a shot in this, and also Fullmetal Alchemist. I don't remember anyone else from Fullmetal Alchemist being in Death Battle. Same thing goes for Avatar. I don't remember Zuko. Oh, Toph fought Gaara. So yeah, this will be the second time Avatar was represented in Death Battle, which is good. Now, no offense, but I think it's gonna be a 2-win streak for Avatar. All right, okay. Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood, one of the best animes of all time. If you haven't watched it, how dare you? And second of all, it's fantastic. The power to it reaches a very high scale when you get to the Philosopher's Stones and whatnot. But let's look at a baseline here. Let's try to make things as simple as possible. I want you to look up the final battle that Edward has fought in, and then look at the final battle that Aang fought in the end of his series. And I would like you to look at me and tell me that Edward can counter the Avatar state. That is the only thing that is going to make it so Edward has a hard freaking time. A hard freaking time to do. So, yeah. I really can't say anything more than that. Just like out of all things, like Edward can make some stuff like probably counter and as well as thing. Heck, man, I'm not 100% sure, but I'm almost entirely certain. Well, not certain. Okay, if I had to compare Aang to what Toph can do, if Toph fought Edward and Edward's, mechanical parts could be affected by metal bending, Edward could literally lose to Toph. And I don't believe Aang ever really showcased various levels of metal bending. Because here's the thing about Aang. Here's the thing about Aang and the difference about Aang versus anyone else. When they had Toph fight Gaara, they put in all the Toph's abilities in Avatar: Last Airbender, but they also gave her some things beyond that. AKA they use some other things Toph has learned, but still use the sprite model of young Toph, which kind of confused some people. She had some things that older Toph should have, but yet she's young Toph, so why is she doing old Toph things? They also gave her an old Toph thing, being able to see all throughout the planet, plus it was thanks to the tree, not so much of her own earthbending, if I remember correctly. But if it is her own earthbending, that's still very much impressive, either or. So how are they gonna do it here? Are they gonna take all the things that Aang has done in his series, but also do some things that he has done in like Legend of Korra and some other outsourced media like the comics or whatever? Because the only thing that I can come up instantaneously, since me and Korra are on a little bit of a hiatus in forms of me wanting to continue to watch that series. The only thing I can remember that Avatar Aang did that's very impressive is that he was getting blood bent, and the Avatar state can just nick that. But I don't see how Edward is going to take advantage of that in any way for Aang to counter it. So all in all, I believe Aang is going to win simply due to the power gap. And Aang is no idiot, so it's not like he can't out-strategize him either. So yeah, all in all, I think Edward should have probably fought someone from JoJo. I think I remember a Woman in Melee where you fought like part 2. Whoa. You got Jonathan, then you have Joseph. Okay, I don't know why did I get a brain fart there. Part 2, Joseph Joestar, which was actually a pretty good battle, considering that Joseph at that level was very good with strategy, and his hormone skills could actually counter some things that Edward can do. Now, yeah, that's pretty much all I gotta say there. So when it comes out, if they surprise me and is able to remind me, because it has been a while since I watched Brotherhood, so they could pull some stuff that I just completely forgot when watching the series. So yeah, tell me what you believe and what you thought of this battle. And the main reason why I'm not gonna be able to do death battle reactions for those who stuck around for this long and like to hear my beautiful voice. The internship that I have at Rooster Teeth, I will not be bringing it up anymore at this point. But user agreements and whatnot, and I read the employee handbook, and one of those things mentioned that I can't really make videos revolving around the product that Rooster Teeth has done. Since I'm not under that DA or whatever right now, I'm perfectly fine in doing it until I actually get into the office. So until then, I'm free to do it. But this is the last thing I can watch before not being able to do it anymore. So if everything goes like quote unquote good, I won't be able to really react to Ruby or anything else Rooster Teeth Death Battle related for until I get fired, which as life goes, it might happen. But hey, it's not like I'm being hopeless about it. I'm just saying inevitabilities, and that's about it. So hopefully you guys enjoyed what is probably going to be the last Rooster Teeth related content I'm going to have. That also revolves around my animations. I can't make team Nobody Cries for Nothing versus Team Juniper season 2 of that until something, unless I get permission or you know, I'm no longer working at Rooster Teeth and stuff like that. So until that occurs, no more animations, at least in forms of that, because I still want to do Sabar versus Sans, which would be perfectly fine for me to do, but all in all, along with time. So this is 2MB Universe. See you next time. Bye.